And we continue at 2:06 in the afternoon on the John Phillips Show. Mr. Randy Wangs in Culver City.
John, we are an hour away from Labor Day weekend. We're not going to be here on Monday. I have put together a best of, and I was just looking over the list of what I put together for this because I did it a while ago. One of the segments just says meth. Whatever the second segment in the 2 o'clock hour is on Monday, all I know is it says meth.
That's a pretty broad topic. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. Well, as Randy mentioned, Labor Day weekend is almost here. Labor Day traditionally marks the end of summer and the beginning of fall, where the weather's going to start to cool down. Starbucks, well, they're probably already selling pumpkin spice everything. I think Disney, they're going to start decorating for Halloween if they haven't already.
Oh, no, they started that in August.
August?
Yes.
You got to be kidding me. And the world is going to start getting ready for the march towards Christmas, which seems to happen earlier and earlier and earlier every year. However, one of the things that people start doing is they start planning for where they're going to go on vacation next year, because you need something to look forward to. Part of the value of a vacation is not just going and having fun and swimming in the pool or laying out by the beach or visiting a museum or doing whatever it is that you do on vacation. It's having something marked on the calendar, so when you're having a bad day, when you're at the dentist getting drilled, when you're sitting in an airport going on a work trip, waiting for a flight that's been delayed, when someone breaks some bad news to you, whatever the case may be, you're having a case of the sorries. And you look at the calendar and you go, okay, well, starting next August, I'm going to be in Hawaii, so at least I have that to look forward to. And people are going to start booking vacations for next year. What we've been hearing about, what we've been reading, is that people are already starting to change their patterns in terms of where they're going to go. We learned, for example, that the state of Hawaii has seen a steep decline in tourism. You talk to anyone in Palm Springs who works at a hotel, a restaurant, a bar, they are freaking out that next season is going to be barren, in part because the Canadians hate us and tariffs and all that, but also because the prices have just gotten so out of control that people are unwilling to pay what they're asking for.
It drove away the snowbirds?
They did. Some of them told me they're going to Guatemala. I said, really? They said, yeah. I said, well, you better bring some ransom money with you. Las Vegas has experienced a steep decline in tourism. Convention business is up, but people who are going to play, they're not going like they used to. We've had that conversation on this program where prices have gone through the roof. They got nuts with the parking fees and the resort fees and everything else that they tack on to nickel and dime you, or actually, it's more like silver dollar you to death. And they're doing it because they can. Because after COVID, everyone had the travel bug and everyone had money in their pocket. And Las Vegas understood that and they exploited it, and they have not come back down to reality. And because of that, they're trying to find ways to bring people back. They're trying to find ways to cut their costs. I know that some of the hotels, I think it's the Westgate, who did a partnership with this radio station where they announced that they're no longer charging for parking. That's something that they decided to rethink, and they decided their customers didn't like it, and it was time to change the course.
And it was Resorts World. Their whole campaign is no resort fees for now.
There you go. Well, as it turns out, they're also looking for other ways to cut the budget. We know that they don't clean your room, many of those hotels, on a daily basis if you're staying there for a period of time. Originally, they said that was due to COVID. Now it's just a budget cut. But in Las Vegas, they're now starting to lay off dealers and replace them with AI.
I don't know if it's AI.
Well, it's a computer, right?
I think it's video poker.
That's a computer.
For more
It's
on
a box with buttons.
Vegas replacing human dealers with video poker and other automated games, here is News 3 in Las Vegas.
This move by downtown casinos getting a lot of attention as media reports go viral about the summer slump in visitors to Las Vegas. This is the Golden Gate Casinos.
Typically what goes viral in Vegas is herpes.
And when we say viral, we mean viral.
This is the Golden Gate Casino. It's been around forever. They've decided to phase out their human dealers and replace those humans with tables with electronic table games known as ETGs.
You ever seen the video version of roulette? It's really weird.
Yes, because this isn't like a normal slot machine where you're just playing video poker and there's no dealer, where it's just cards. I think what they're referring to, and I've seen this before in many casinos, they have a huge life-size dealer on a massive screen, and they always look like hookers.
They've also got that virtual craps now where you hit this giant button that looks like two giant dice, and then it shows you the dice on the screen.
Well, they actually have the dice at some of them where it looks like, what's that board game, Boggle?
In fact, one headline from a European tabloid read, "Casino in dying Las Vegas dumps human dealers for computers as city's tourism industry decimates."
Oh, wow.
That article was brought to you by Monte Carlo.
Oh, wow. Well, automation, AI, robotics, and other kinds of technology really do make businesses more efficient, and certainly casinos and resorts are no exception to that. But what does it mean actually for...
Hey, the beauty of a robot bartender is I'm assuming you don't have to tip.
No. But if you are playing blackjack and you're doing well, you're expected to tip.
What does it mean actually for the future of human table dealers? News 3's Steve Wolford takes a closer look at the trend as he continues our Las Vegas Reality Check reports on tourism.
By the way, this could kill the entire region. This is how a lot of people who move to Vegas make a living. And if you kill that sector, where exactly are they supposed to go? Those job skills really don't transfer.
Hey, they can count to 21.
When you think of occupations that are synonymous with Las Vegas through the years, card dealers would probably end up on a short list with showgirls. But as we move into this new age of...
I don't know if you can automate that.
Well, not enough to keep people happy.
But as we move into this new age of...
The one industry that's going to be really tough for the robots to take over is stripping.
Can you come up with a robot version of Carrot Top?
But as we move into this new age of technology, will the trend toward electronic table games, like with what we're seeing at Golden Gate, make card dealers an endangered species?
I would deal this on a craps table, and I keep it with me to remember where I started and how it all started, literally with 25 cents.
At the Golden Gate.
At the Golden Gate. This is my very first job. I started there in 1991.
David Knoll has made a career in the casinos with fond memories of the Golden Gate. He has since parlayed that experience as managing director of CEG Dealer School and Casino Quest.
Look at this guy.
What do you think a blackjack dealer on the Strip makes?
We got to be able to look that up. Blackjack dealer salary Las Vegas.
You have to specify Strip, because if you're a blackjack dealer out in Pahrump, that's different than if you're at the Mandalay Bay.
Blackjack dealer salaries on the Las Vegas Strip vary significantly, with hour base pay for casino dealers in Vegas being around $14 to $16 to hour, although earnings could be much higher due to tips and commission on daily earnings, which allow a potential annual income ranging from $40K to $100,000.
I thought they made more than that, honestly.
Well, this is Google AI. It could totally be wrong. You notice how when you search for things now, it doesn't even give you results anymore. It just guesses for you.
Here's the answer. It might be right.
We're all getting dumber by the day.
Noel understands all the business reasons for casinos introducing computerized table games, but he says electronics will never replace the human element that so many tourists love about Las Vegas.
It's social, it's interactive, it's tactile. You can feel it, you can hear it, you can smell it.
Well, and the robot is not going to know when to signal the bartender to give you a free drink because you're blowing your life savings right now.
No, and you can't have a conversation with the dealer because it's just a computer screen.
When you hear the checks, you have a dealer that interacts with you in real time, talks to you.
But Noel says Golden Gate owner Derek Stevens is a revolutionary with his other properties, the D and Circa, which he...
Oh, I've been to the D.
I was at Circa one time when a tornado hit downtown Las Vegas, and I was sitting in the sports book watching games, and it knocked out the power on all the screens. All of the screens went blue.
The last time I went to the D, and this is over a decade ago, but their whole second floor of the casino was made up of the old-timey slot machines and the old-timey games that you literally still had to use quarters for. It was a trip.
Like going back into time, huh?
which he opened during COVID.
So you can think for a minute that maybe he's got enough table games at Circa and the D, and he has this opportunity to kind of really transform the Golden Gate into this other experience. And, you know, I wish him well.
To be clear, dealers aren't going away in Las Vegas.
Alan Feldman with UNLV's International Gaming Institute says ETGs are...
That's a thing. UNLV's International Gaming Institute.
What department are they under?
What kind
Business?
What kind of degree do you get in card counting?
Some of these new degrees that they have, what's your bachelor's degree in? Oh, hotel management. Really? You can get a college degree on running a Hampton Inn, huh?
Alan Feldman with UNLV's International Gaming Institute says ETGs are actually preferred by many visitors, almost along the lines of a slot machine that knows how to play table games. They also don't call out sick.
Ask any regular visitor to Las Vegas about their experience with dealers, and they will instantly start talking about, oh my gosh, you ought to go see Peggy. Peggy's been down at the Flamingo for 20 years. We've been saying hi.
All right, how many cigarettes a day does Peggy have?
Oh, I have never met Peggy before, but I can already tell you she smells like Lucille Ball's lungs.
She's watched my kids grow up, on and on.
That's not a good sign.
So everyone in the family is a chronic gambler, huh?
If you've been to the same casino so many times that the dealer knows what grade your kid is going into, you need to go to a meeting.
Oh, I've got a story for you. I know someone who lives in Northern California, or lived, they passed away. And when they passed away, the celebration of life was held at the casino that this individual used to play at all the time. And the person who gave the eulogy was the casino host. And then the meal afterwards was at the buffet.
She's watched my kids grow up, on and on and on. Robots will not do that.
Feldman says casinos are good at finding the right balance to use technology to enhance your casino experience. For example, those robotic card dealers and card shufflers that have been around for years to speed up play and minimize missed deals.
Also, video poker at the bar. That's a must. That is so much fun.
Yes. However, playing poker in the poker room is different. That is a communal experience where you're playing against other players and people are worried about their skill level and they're worried about playing with someone who really knows what they're doing and can take advantage of them. You're playing video poker, you're just playing against the machine, and there's not the social pressure that's on you.
Well, I think you and I are very different gamblers. I'm just trying to lose my money the slowest way possible. A nickel at a time.
Drink as many free drinks as you can.
That's the whole point.
In downtown Las Vegas, Steve Wolford, News 3.
It's a new age for sure. In fact, the Golden Gate, not the only casino that's using electronic gaming tables. You can find them at a majority of the resorts on the Las Vegas Strip. That includes Caesars Palace, the Horseshoe, Harrah's, Treasure Island, and Resorts World. Of course, they still have.
How is Treasure Island still a thing?
They got rid of the pirate theme, but they still call it Treasure, or they call it TI now.
I think that's the next one to get demolished.
Could be.
Treasure Island and Resorts World. Of course, they still have human dealers at these places, but you can find robots too at plenty of casinos off the Strip. That includes Red Rock, Palace Station, Santa Fe, the Durango, and Green Valley Ranch.
Wasn't Palace Station OJ's favorite casino?
I think so. That's where he got in trouble. Okay, here's the deal. It's one thing if companies use AI to enhance your experience. And that has happened time and time and time again, where companies have apps that allow you to reserve things that you wanted. You're going on a cruise ship. You want to make a dinner reservation. You want to make a show reservation. You want to put money down for your next cruise. You can do it all on your app, and you don't have to deal with human beings anymore. You can order your sandwich at Jersey Mike's while you're sitting in traffic on your way to Jersey Mike's. So you go in and the sandwich is ready. There are certain things that enhance your experience. What they are looking to do in Las Vegas with this is to use technology to make your experience worse, but to make it cheaper for them. In a city where they charge you through the nose for everything. And then they complain that no one comes. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the segment, they're not the only ones who are doing it. Hawaii, charging people through the nose and giving you less for your money. Palm Springs, charging you through the nose and giving you less for your money. And, as we've seen from the numbers, people have said enough is enough, we're not going. So here's my question to you at 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. We know you've stopped going to Hawaii. We know you've stopped going to Las Vegas. We know you've stopped going to Palm Springs. Where are you going now? How have you changed your travel habits given the fact that the places that you used to go to have now priced you out or pissed you off to the point to where you don't want to go back? Where are you going now? I'm curious to hear from you because I don't think people have stopped vacationing. I don't think people have stopped traveling. Go to the airport. There are people at the airport all over the place. Go on a freeway. Cars are clogging up the freeways right and left. You're still going places. You're just not going to the places you used to go to. Where are you traveling to now for vacation? 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222. Tourism to Hawaii, Palm Springs, San Francisco, and Las Vegas has fallen off a cliff. You aren't going to those places anymore. Where are you spending your vacation now that the old places have chased you away? 800-222-5222, 1-800-222-5222, 800-222-5222 is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. The numbers say you aren't vacationing in Hawaii, Palm Springs, San Francisco, or Las Vegas anymore. So that leads to the question, where is it that you're going? 800-222-5222 is the number. Let's go to Barbara in Vallejo. Barbara, hello.
Hi, John. I just got back from 2 weeks in Hawaii, and it was a shock. First of all, there weren't many Americans there. There was a lot of international travelers, appears to be. And we chose our hotel based on the locality and, the best price in that area for room rates. Not thinking about, they don't really say anything about the resort fee until checkout time, really. And so we got the resort fee, I think it was like $50 a day or something like that. It was a lot. And then on top of that, there was a parking fee of $25 a day. And it just added up too much. So we like to go. We love this location. We like to go once a year. And so we changed. I think next time we're going to look into a condo and the condos have no resort fees and no parking fees, and then we could buy our own food and maybe not even rent a car, but just rent, the e-bikes that they have around town and try to save money and do it that way. I don't know how else we can do it. There's a lot of great memories there. We'd still like to go, but, it's gotten impossible. These big resort hotels, I think are going to go out of business.
I'll tell you, I love Hawaii too, and for a very long time, I would go at least once a year, sometimes more. And it was always the same price or a similar price. And Hawaii has never been cheap, so don't get me wrong. I'm not making the claim that Hawaii was a bargain or a value. You always paid for what it was that you experienced there, and I'm fine with that. The last time I went there, the prices had more than doubled, tripled in terms of the cost of the hotel room, in terms of the hidden fees that found their way on the bill, in terms of the food, the drink, everything else, everything that you throw into the cost of a vacation. And I thought to myself, I had a good time. The weather was great. The views were great. The food tasted good. The drinks tasted good. I love my hotel room, but I felt like I was being taken advantage of. I felt like a sucker. And you don't want to go on vacation and feel like a sucker. And I felt like a sucker the last time I was there. I felt like a rube.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
All right. You want an assist from Sheng there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Let's go to Eddie in Danville. Eddie, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
I'm glad I didn't wait too long. Last time I called, I waited half an hour. I gave up, and I'm glad I finally get to speak to you. I love your program, and I love your bumper music as well.
Thank you.
Instead of going on vacations, we decided to take a staycation, and we're enjoying it.
And what are you doing? You're just going out to nice restaurants in your community. You're watching movies at home, maybe going in the pool, whatever.
All of the above, yes. All of the above, yes.
And you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. You feel like I'm staying in a place where the bed is exactly the way I like it. The kitchen is set up exactly the way I like it. The television set up exactly the way I like it. And there's no need for me to go to a hotel.
Yes, and I don't face the stress, of traffic, of waiting in airports forever, and,
That's one thing I don't understand about hotels. With technology, they can do anything that they want to do. Why don't all of them have it set up so you can look at your own Hulu, or you can look at your own Netflix or Peacock or whatever it is that you watch at home on the road, so you can continue watching whatever shows it is that you're watching at home?
True. Yes. Anyway, hi to Randy also, and again, I can't stress enough, we love your bumper music.
All right. Thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it.
I hope Eddie knows that I put almost no effort into it.
You do on Fridays.
Well, on Fridays, I also put almost no effort into it. Every song today is just from Jimmy Buffett's live album, Feeding Frenzy.
Let's go to Patrick in Long Beach. Patrick, hello.
Hey, good afternoon, John. Good afternoon, Randy. Hope you guys have a good Labor Day weekend. I'm with the last caller. I'm about a staycation. I think that, and I can afford to go get gouged, but I don't think you don't realize that inflation went up 20%. People are nervous about the future. They don't have a lot of disposable income. It's kind of a perfect storm when money's a little tight and they're gouging. Why give it to them?
Was there a specific straw that broke the camel's back for you when you decided to do staycations?
No, I would not say there's a specific straw that broke the camel's back. It's just, I'd like to go to British Columbia in Canada or, Vancouver, but they hate us, I hear, so I'm not going there. it's just a matter of choice. If I'm going to go somewhere very nice, a trip of a lifetime type of thing, that's another story. New Zealand or places in Europe I haven't seen or something like that, that would make sense and I'd go. But to go to San Francisco and pay $300 a night plus $50 for parking plus, it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, and as far as Randy going with the bumper music, if he's putting no effort into it, we should have Throwback Thursdays again.
No, do you know how much work that is?
It's no work. You're just telling us it's no work at all.
There's a very big difference between no effort and no work. And the reason that there's no effort is because I'm busy doing a million other things. Thanks so much for the call. I appreciate it.
And Randy, this is a common theme where people don't want to go on vacation and feel like they're getting ripped off. Even if they have a good time, even if they like the area, no one wants to feel like a sucker.
It is a big thing that people think about when they're going on vacation. You don't want to feel like you get ripped off. It's just like you will go to an expensive restaurant if you feel like you're being taken care of, but you feel like you're being ripped off, you don't go anymore. You will pay for a nice drink at a bar as long as you feel like they're being fair with you. As soon as you feel like you're being ripped off, that turns people off to everything.
And you've gotten into the habit of going to the same spot all the time. You go to Santa Fe.
Well, yes, the flights are cheap, and because my in-laws have a house there, the lodging is free, which means all the money we spend there is on food and drink and drink.
Let's go to Dave in Long Beach. Dave, hello.
Before they would raise taxes on the rich when they're in charge, but they never
Dave,
do.
you're on the air, sir.
So it's a lie. Yeah, it's a lie.
Dave.
I feel like I'm eavesdropping, and they might say something that they shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't want to eavesdrop in on a domestic dispute.
Give us a call back, Dave. I almost felt like keeping that going, but I want to give them their privacy, whatever that was about.
It wasn't my fault that I hit you. I told you to be quiet. All right, give us a call back. We'd love to hear from you. Let's go to Eric in Santa Clarita. Eric, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I go to Canada and northwestern Ontario specifically. The price of flight's about the same. Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Let's make sure you can. Okay. Price of flights are about the same. The temperatures usually upper 70s in summer. And I can rent a lake house for about $1,500 a week with canoe, with all the stuff I need, peaceful, quiet, all the taxes and fees included. And it's really easy to get across the border. Yes, they only have 2 questions getting in. Do they have any weapons? And where I was going. That was it.
They don't grill you on the produce situation?
You know what? I even had a couple 6-packs of beer in the back, and they never even asked if I was bringing alcohol this time.
Well, it's been a while since that was corn, though.
Well, no, I was bringing Canadian Labatt Blue across because it was only like $8 a 6-pack instead of 25 when you cross the border. So,
well, I'll tell you, I know we spend a lot of time talking about the failings of the state of California. One of the few things that we do right here is booze. Booze is so much cheaper in California than it is in just about any other country or any other state in the union, including the red ones. If you get a bottle of Dewar's just regular white label in California, you could pick that up in a Walmart for under $20. Sometimes you can even get it for $16, $17, $18. That same bottle in Texas is over $30.
Yeah, I picked up in Michigan just before I crossed the border, and it's all pretty cheap. And everybody back up north is, what? How did you get that stuff so cheap? I said, well, if you want cheaper, you go to Greece, and I think a can of beer you can get out of the vending machine is like €1.
Oh, my.
If it's a bottle of water, it's a half €1.
I love the fact that you're a modern-day Joe Kennedy.
Well, that's what you get from living up there, so a bit.
All right. Thank you for the call, sir. 800-222-5222 is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. Let's go to John in San Jose. John, hello.
How you doing?
Good.
I just wanted to call and tell you that I had an experience lately. I thought I'd be a smart guy, and for our 40th wedding anniversary, my wife wanted to go to Paris. Well, we had been there a year before, so I decided instead to take her to Paris, Las Vegas as a little surprise and a nice little trip. Well, I'm not going to talk about the resort fees and all of the elevator problems and the bad service, but I'm going to say the straw that broke my back was when she ordered a virgin strawberry margarita at the pool, and it was $38.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
I was done.
And no booze in it.
No, hers was virgin. They charged the same price as they did with alcohol, which is still outrageous for $38.
I wouldn't pay $38 for a strawberry daiquiri if the rum came from Desi Arnaz's personal collection.
I love that. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Carlos in the Bay Area. Carlos, hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, so for the past, I'll say 8-7 years, we've been going to Mexico. I live actually for probably 30 minutes away from San Francisco. And we used to go to the, San Francisco Pier 39 on the weekends, but it's way too expensive. Also, we've been in Hawaii. Also, it's been very expensive. So we have decided to just go to Mexico and try to find the all-inclusive hotels, which includes all the food, 3 to 4 meals a day, all you can eat, and then the drinks also included. So you just got to tip the people that brings you the food or the drinks, and we find it very, very convenient.
What's the big company that does that down there? Is it Riu, R-I-U?
Yeah, but besides that, there's many hotels that they accommodate all-inclusive. It doesn't have to be that type of company. You can just go online and try to, type in all-inclusive hotels to the place that you want to go, and you can find many different hotels, different prices.
I did one of those in Cancun a couple of times. It was called LeBlanc, and it was like a 5-star resort where you got a butler and everything. And I learned real fast, I'd rather be left alone than having someone wait on me hand and foot. Because here's the problem when you have a butler, and they had a desk right next to the elevators. If you're up doing something shady late at night, the last thing you want to do is have someone questioning you. You're out to get a Kit Kat bar at 11 o'clock, and they start asking you if you need anything. You don't want to admit to that to someone else. So you have to come up with some excuse as to why you're headed downstairs.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, we just tell them we're not interested, and they'll leave us alone. So,
yeah, and I always feel guilty because they look at me when I come up with an excuse, and they look at me like I'm not telling the truth, which, of course, I'm not. And I'm thinking to myself, I got a mother and a boss. What makes you think I need to lie to you?
Right. Yeah, no, there's those people. Obviously, yes, they are. But again, for me, I just tell them, hey, I am not interested. Please leave me alone. And they'll go away.
All right. Thank you for the call, sir. Let's go to Scott in Carlsbad. Scott, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, listen, I think if you want to add one more town to Suckerville, you got to add Napa Valley, California. Oh, my gosh. It is outrageous
through the nose.
Oh, I used to love going out there, but I'll tell you what, $85 for a tasting? Woof, boy. And Hawaii, Napa Valley, Las Vegas, they've all done it to themselves, right? So business is bad. They did it to themselves, charging those prices. But what we've been doing is going to the national park. We drove to Zion. It was like $20 for a park pass for the week. Last year we drove to Estes Park, Rocky Mountain National Park. So don't think enough people really enjoy the national parks in America. They're absolutely fantastic and not expensive. So that's all I wanted to share.
Now, could you go to those parks and have a good time if you don't have one of those Airstreams?
Yeah, well, they have some hotels there, and we rented a cabin, 2-bedroom cabin in Estes Park, and it was absolutely beautiful. And, you know, you hike, you see the scenery, and it's better than getting fat and broke sitting at a blackjack table. So we had better pictures and a far more memorable experience going to those places.
All right, there you go. Thank you for the call, sir. Well, Randy, it looks like the audience is finding alternatives.
There are other places where you can still get a good deal on a vacation, whether it's a park or in town or Mexico. And this is a great podcast to download if you missed any of those tips.
All right. That's going to do it for us this week, but we'll be back on Tuesday for another live edition of The John Phillips Show. Have a great holiday weekend, everyone.